Taoiseach, colleagues and guests, on behalf of the Dublin Institute for Advanced Studies, I would like to lend my support for this very exciting new landmark initiative. I think the background has been painted by the Taoiseach and by the Archbishop. The establishment of the Dublin Institute in 1940 by the Taoiseach's predecessor, Eamon de Valera, was a historic landmark in itself at a time of great global uncertainty and financial constraint. It had a simple but profound and a very attractive goal. It was to be, and I quote, devoted to the advance of learning and the establishment of our country as a centre of learning. And that was through fundamental research and discovery. Today, the Institute is Ireland's only institute for advanced study. It is strongly embedded in the global scientific community, the global quest for knowledge, and it attracts talent from all over the world to conduct fundamental research here in Dublin. And since the establishment of the School of Cosmic Physics and the placing of Dunsink Observatory, which, by the way, was established by an endowment of my predecessor, a long time ago, Provost of Trinity, Francis Andrews, and left a good legacy in that respect. And the observatory was incorporated in the Institute for Advanced Studies over 76 years ago. Since then, the researchers in the Institute have consistently been at the forefront of astrophysics research on this island. And the launch this evening of the Observatories of Ireland and the coming together of the three observatories, Armagh, Birr and Dunsink, represents another landmark, a new landmark for the Dublin Institute for Advanced Studies. And it's a platform, if it works, and I hope it does work, and I think we're all behind it, it's a platform to scale up what has been going on before and to scale up the impact scientifically, culturally, and so on. So it is an important development, an ambitious development, but I think one that makes sense in today's world. The study of astronomy and astrophysics, as the Taoiseach pointed out, is, of course, an international pursuit. And each of the three entities, in their own way, have both nationally and internationally are playing their part. All of us, each of the three observatories collaborate with or are part of international agencies and networks like the European Space Agency, NASA, the European South Observatory, and LOFAR. The latter two, the observatory, the European South Observatory and LOFAR, have made Ireland a major competitive force in the area of astronomy and astrophysics. And as a result, scholars are coming increasingly to Ireland. So we're both developing our own indigenous talent and attracting the best internationally. That is a perfect combination. Specifically at the Institute of Advanced Studies, astronomy and astrophysics encompasses several research areas, planets in our solar system, how they were formed and how they have evolved and are evolving, and weather beyond our own planet at the solar scale and beyond. So it's a little different to weather in Roscommon and Donegal and Dublin, so on a grander scale. And the research is both experimental and theoretical. In fact, several of our research teams in Dunsink Observatory and in the city centre campus are involved in building instrumentation that are incorporated in satellites. And we are currently involved in 6 satellite missions. Probably the best known one is the James Webb Telescope, the latest and probably greatest telescope out in space. And it's important to stress this is fundamental research. It's far-seeing, but the side effects, what people call impact, can be enormous, correspondingly enormous with how fundamental the research is. The problem for most people who want to plan, it's difficult to predict what are those effects, when will they happen. But the best fundamental research can produce the most revolutionary changes in our society. So we've seen that before. The Discovery Research Program at DIAS is a key driving force behind its involvement in this Observatories of Ireland initiative. And the ties, especially between the institute here, the Dublin Institute, and Armagh go back a long way, back to the founding of the Armagh Observatory in 1890. So this is, collaboration is not new, but I think this will take it to a higher level. And we are a small country, north and south, we're still a small country. The world is large, the problems are large, curiosity transcends all borders, science transcends all borders. It makes sense to collaborate for the sake of scientific discovery, for the sake of the impact on the cultural welfare of people, for the sake of people, despite political issues, being able to talk to each other through a common language. So it's a powerful medium. So I'll finish, summarize. Collaboration has been going on for 230 years. And so the partnership, in a way, is formalizing some of those bonds that have developed, but will also strengthen and take the Ireland to a much higher level. And so we are in the Dublin Institute for Advanced Studies, the custodians of Dunsink Observatory, looking forward to the future of this, the future success of this collaboration. And we're fully behind it. Thank you.